Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike back at with another video. So today we about to check out rock stars flipping out in concert. So yeah, there be times rock stars be getting angry and they be cursing on the mic because somebody did something to them. And I feel like one of the reasons why they get angry because the fans. Cause there be times the fans be throwing stuff at them, and there be times rock stars too, they go out of control. And to the video.
On-stage meltdowns are an obligatory part of rock music, often resulting in epic temper tantrums, physical altercations, or even demands for refunds when an artist is way too intoxicated to perform. So let's take a look at some of the most memorable rock star meltdowns of all time, starting with Motley Crue's Nikki Sixx, whose ballistic 1997 on-stage outburst would even result in a federal lawsuit for the band. It all started when Sixx saw a venue security guard allegedly roughing up fans at a cruise show. The situation intensified as Sixx not only physically assaulted the security guard, but also ordered fans in the crowd to attack him.
Yeah, he hit the girl.
Sixx would then cause a major uproar when he repeatedly used racial slurs against the guard, resulting in widespread criticism of the bassist. Following the incident, the security guard in question filed a lawsuit against Motley Crue, with the 80s rock band ultimately choosing to settle out of court. This next meltdown, however, may be...
Alright, first off, what the security did, if he hit the lady, that's messed up right there. But he's saying he's not racist, but you said the N-word. Like, you could have said F you, F you, all that, but you went, come on now, you said the N-word. You can't be saying the N-word around. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not saying that what the guy did was good. What he did was wrong. Like, you're not supposed to hit a woman like that. But you can't just be saying the N-word like that. Like, come on, man. That's kind of like, come on. Like you said F you, you said shut up, all that. Like, you could curse everything, but when you say like stuff like, come on, racial slurs, like that's a little bit too far. But like, I get you was angry because he hit the woman, but still, I wouldn't say the N-word. Like, come on now, man. So.
The most cringe-inducing of all time, as Marilyn Manson's drunken performance at the 2012 Soundwave Festival would see the shock rocker stumble across the stage and slur his words as he demanded even more alcohol.
Why is it that every time you give me a fucking beer, you fucking homosexual, and not no offense to gay people, I mean in a degrading homosexual way. Give me a fucking beer. I swear I do not have underage girls, I swear. And your Lord Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
The wildest moment of the meltdown, however, came when Manson...
Most music has to have some kind of one-size fits all workout playlist.
Yeah, they did.
But you do music.
Presented a vial filled with an unidentified narcotic and sprinkled it onto the crowd, undoubtedly breaking several laws in the process.
I swear, I know I'm a convicted drug offender. But I did not put this up, I didn't eliminate it. You guys, because I'm a good Samaritan, a good American, I want to respect Australia and its drug laws. And I want to just get back to the community.
And speaking of musicians too wasted to perform, glam metal band Poison once put on easily the messiest televised performance of all time, thanks to a number of drunken slip-ups. It all took place at the 1991 MTV Video Music Awards, where Poison guitarist CeCe DeVille was visibly intoxicated throughout the night, foreshadowing the disaster that was about to unfold. Once they hit the stage, Poison would only barely make it through 1 minute of the song Unskinny Bop, before a miscommunication of some kind brought the show to an awkward halt. Even host Arsenio Hall's attempt to salvage the situation by reintroducing the band did little to turn things around.
Well, actually, they need no introduction, right? I'll give them one anyway. Poison!
Frontman Bret Michaels would then make things even worse when he tried to fire up the confused crowd by asking if they were ready to, quote, talk dirty to him, a reference to the band's 1987 hit. This unintentionally triggered the intoxicated DeVille to launch into an unrehearsed performance of Talk Dirty to Me instead of returning to Unskinny Bop as planned. The rest of the band attempted to keep up, but once DeVille's guitar got accidentally unplugged, any hope of rescuing the performance went out the window. And while Poison's performance was ruined by its own guitarist, this next band's show was intentionally sabotaged, as Iron Maiden's Ozfest 2005 set saw the legendary group being mercilessly pelted with eggs and bottles.
You see somebody throwing stuff,
See?
they raise that arm, make sure that when it goes down, it's in 2 pieces.
Despite frontman Bruce Dickinson's repeated warnings, the egg throwing did not stop, leading to him furiously losing his temper multiple times throughout the show and even threatening members of the audience. To make matters worse, Iron Maiden also had to deal with a number of technical issues which resulted in the band losing power multiple times throughout their set.
Oh!
It was later revealed that this series of unfortunate events was purposely orchestrated by none other than Sharon Osbourne. Apparently, in retaliation to disparaging comments Dickinson had made about her husband, Ozzy Osbourne.
I got 200 Hispanic kids, loaded them with eggs, they had peanut butter, they fucking pelted the shit out of them.
And while Sharon rose to the defense of her husband, an enraged Sebastian Bach would have to protect his elderly mother from being shoved at one of his shows.
Hey, you wanna fucking stop the show? That's my fucking mother right there, you jack off! I'll fucking beat your fucking face in!
The former Skid Row frontman was understandably irate and could not be calmed down, continuing on an expletive-filled rant for some
eggs at
time.
him, and then all of a sudden,
Around with my fucking mother! If you wanna get out of here alive, don't anybody fucking touch my fucking mother or I'll jump right the fuck in here!
It's unclear whether Bach's mother was intentionally pushed or if someone was pushed into her, but the singer still made sure to check on her and make sure she was okay. And speaking of rockstar moms, Five Finger Death Punch frontman
so they throwing eggs at the band, and all of a sudden they're like everything shuts off, like the whole power. Yo, I would've been in shock. Like, what the hell? Like, imagine you playing and all of a sudden everything shuts out. You know how embarrassing that is? It's like, oh shit, like what now? like what now, man? And like, it's not somebody gotta check it. Now people are gonna be booing. They probably gonna leave. Dang, son. But the mother, the guy said somebody hit the mother, everything. I mean, it does look like a little stage. So I was gonna say, if it was like a bigger stage, she could like stand by the side, because, you know, as fans, when you hear music, especially rock fans, you know, when you listen to music, they bobbing their heads, people will be pushing around. So I don't think it was on. If it was on purpose, then I would have been mad. But I feel like if it was an accident, then like I would have her be by the side of the stage instead of her being in the crowd, because everybody gonna be pushing around everything. And yeah, even if you did by mistake, look how many people that's in the crowd, so you're gonna get pushed regardless. So I feel like for him, have the mother be on the side of the stage and just watch her, watch her son perform just like that. So yeah, I wouldn't put her by where the fans are, because they gonna be fans. They pay their money to dance. They can do whatever. Besides not throwing stuff, but you understand what I'm saying. So.
Ivan Moody would experience a heartbreaking meltdown on stage as his mother lay dying in the hospital. The family emergency resulted in the band being over an hour late to their performance, and Moody would take to the microphone to let the audience know the reason he had kept them waiting. But all was not as it appeared.
My mother is actually passing along today, and I chose to be here instead of with her.
The following day,
Wow.
Moody's younger sister would reveal that Ivan was lying. Their mother was alive and well, adding that she believed her brother was drunk and made the story up as an excuse for his behavior. Less than a year later, Moody was at the center of yet another infamous onstage meltdown when he no-showed a Five Finger Death Punch concert in the Netherlands, leaving the band scrambling before ultimately finding singer Tommy Vex to fill in for him. But when Moody finally decided to show up, he seemed to take offense to another singer taking his place.
Everybody has these rumors about me. Guess what? I was a little bit late. I'm sorry. But there is no other singer for Five Finger Death Punch.
The rest of the concert would proceed to go very poorly, as Moody threatened to leave Five Finger Death Punch and demanded the crowd chant his name as his bandmates looked on in disgust.
Do you want this to be my last show, Five Finger? Then I want you right now to say Ivan.
I wouldn't. Why would you?
That's all.
So you really lied because, like, for what? Like, you lied. Like, you could have made something else, but like you said, like your mother was in the hospital, like she's passing away, but she wasn't dead, and then like you mentioned the brother. Like at first I thought like it was actually like serious. Like I can understand like if something happens, like like a situation like family, that's understandable. But the fact that he lied about it, like, come on, man, that's. And they wait for an hour, so if it was real, that's understandable. But he lied about it, like, come on, man.
Following the disastrous performance, Moody would check himself into rehab, which brings to mind this next meltdown, wherein a band's alcoholic lead singer hit rock bottom on stage as his bandmates begged him to go to rehab. It all took place at an Asking Alexandria show in March of 2011, where frontman Danny Worsnop had drank to the point where he could barely stand, and the crowd let him know they were not happy.
Oh Lord. He can't even stand upright.
Provoke his disappointed fans, defiantly reveling in their chants of disapproval as he slurred through his words.
Everyone who thinks I'm a drunk piece of shit, put their hands up. This song goes out to you little pussies who can't do a fucking thing about it.
That's when guitarist Ben Bruce would try to hold a spontaneous intervention for the belligerent lead singer, asking fans to support the band in sending Worsnop to rehab.
Yeah, so when the band was backstage, they didn't see him being like off. Like they made him still go out there. Like,
afraid.
Ignore it.
so he probably was fine backstage, and probably nobody didn't notice because he knew how to control it, but since he went out there, he couldn't control it. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's messed up, man, because, fans pay for you. They want to hear you sing everything, and you drunk as hell, and you barely can stand up straight. Like, come on now.
Who here thinks who here will support us and putting my best friend through rehab and making it better? Three hands up.
And speaking of unpredictable lead singers, this next meltdown takes us back to the 1996 VMAs, where the original members of Van Halen finally reunited after a bitter split with frontman David Lee Roth in the previous decade. Fans were delighted by Roth's return. However, the joy was short-lived, as while presenting the Best Male Video Award, Roth went off script several times, doing all he could to soak up the attention from the crowd, annoying his bandmates in the process.
No. Instead of the Best Award thing, we have to make an announcement. We have to address a subject here. This is the first time that we've actually stood on stage together in over a decade.
A visibly irate Eddie Van Halen would eventually have to forcefully pull Roth away from the microphone, with the singer responding by gyrating his hips towards the audience.
Okay, we'll get... Okay.
Things did not get better when that night's winner, Beck, took to the stage to accept his award, as Roth would undercut his moment by dancing behind him during his speech. After that, Roth and Eddie nearly got into a fistfight backstage, and the reunion was immediately cancelled. Of course, no list of onstage meltdowns would be complete without Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose. The singer once even dove into a crowd to pummel a fan who was taking pictures of him during a show. However, today we're going to take a look at a more subtle occurrence, which saw the musician facing backlash from his family in the wake of his tell-all 1992 interview with Rolling Stone magazine.
Some of the members of my family and some of the friends of my family have taken a great offense at what I said in this magazine. It's a shame. Look what he's done to his mother. His mother can't even go out of the house now. It was amazing my mother could have gone out of the house before knowing the she fucking knew.
Clearly experiencing a complex emotional struggle, Rose highlighted the irony of his family's reaction, who showed more concern for his disclosure of childhood trauma than the trauma itself.
The family doesn't want to be embarrassed by these things coming out. We just don't want to have to deal with this, and we shouldn't have to deal with this publicly. But if we don't deal with it publicly, then we're probably not going to deal with the bullshit at all. And I bet they like it that way.
Rose would conclude his impassioned speech by urging members of the audience to confront their own traumas head-on, emphasizing the importance of not allowing these experiences to define their lives.
And if a f***ing scrawny little junior high 90-pound weakling can finally get his ass up here and take this shit on, so can any one of you that have the same f***ing bullshit problems in your life that don't have to get away with it.
And speaking of Rolling Stone, this next musician would tell the magazine that he just can't bring
But you see the
himself
guy,
to watch the...
he jumped off the stage because the guy took a picture of him. What the hell? I mean, it's a concert. I mean, you're gonna have cameras on you. I don't understand. What's that?
Armstrong went into a drunken rage after being told he had just 1 minute to wrap up his set.
I've been around since f***ing 1988. And you're gonna give me 1 f***ing minute? You gotta be f***ing kidding me!
The promoters of the Pop Leading Festival allegedly cut Green Day's performance short in order to give more time to R&B singer Usher. And Armstrong was sure to let event organizers know exactly how he felt about it.
I'm not f***ing Justin Bieber, you motherfuckers!
Oh shit.
It's a f***ing joke!
The frontman would then destroy his guitar before storming off stage, giving officials the finger on his way out. Moving on from Billy Joe to Billy Joel, the Piano Man had...
Bro, I would kept playing, to be honest. Like, now you broke the guitar. Dang, son. I mean, I just, like, Usher around that time. I don't know what the year everything, but like Usher, everything, I understand. You will give everybody, you know, time, everything. But damn, bro was like, nah, fuck that. He broke the
Meltdown
guitar.
during a historic 1986 performance in Moscow. This show would mark the first live rock broadcast in Soviet history, but there was just one problem. The film crew kept turning on the bright house lights so that they could get better shots, which sent Joel into a frenzy as he vented his frustrations by screaming amidst his lyrics.
Stop lighting the audience! Why does it always seem to hit me in the middle of the night? Stop it! Let me do my show, for Christ's sake!
Still, the lights were not turned off, and an enraged Joel responded by flipping his piano over and breaking a microphone stand in half without missing a beat, which is more than we can say about the Atari's drummer Rob Felicetti, who was attacked by the band's frontman Chris Rowe for being so drunk during a 2012 performance that he couldn't play. Rowe would lash out by picking up any and every instrument he could get his hands on, hurling guitars and several drums at Felicetti before taking to the microphone to call out his inebriated bandmate.
I tried my bailment tonight. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm gonna finish the set for myself. I'll play a few songs, whatever you want to hear, but I can't do this. Sorry. We all got shows, but it's embarrassing.
Wait a minute. He said we're gonna play.
Felicetti was subsequent.
Bro said we're gonna play a few songs for us. What he said? Don't tell me he said that. After you just knocked down everything, you probably broke some instruments. He gonna say, "Alright, we about to play some songs in a minute." Wait a minute. Nah.
Inebriated bandmate.
I tried my bailment tonight. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm gonna finish the set for myself. I'll play a few songs, whatever you want to hear, but I can't do this. Sorry. We all got shows, but it's embarrassing. I can't handle it.
Although Felicetti was subsequently fired, he was luckily not injured by the flying instruments, unlike concert photographer Chelsea Loren, who had her camera kicked into her face by Queens of the Stone Age frontman Josh Homme in December of 2017, resulting in injuries that required medical treatment. Although Homme would initially claim that he had been kicking over lighting equipment and was unaware that he had kicked Loren, she would quickly dispute this, stating that Homme had made eye contact before kicking her, and even providing pictures to back up her claims. Homme later owned up to his actions and apologized through an emotional video on the band's Instagram.
I don't have any excuse or reason to justify what I did. I was a total dick, and I'm truly sorry, and I hope you're okay.
And while Homme was surprisingly never sued over this incident, this next band put on such an embarrassingly bad show that
I wish it was like a video so we could have seen it. He apologized, but yeah, I wanted to see like a video of like really happy. Like, did he really look at her and was like, alright, and then kicked her everything? So, but yeah, I just, come on. I mean, you feel me? I mean, they just doing their job, you know, doing the camera work, taking pictures, everything. At least they're not like in front of your face, you know what I'm saying? So they're on the sidelines, they taking pictures, doing their job, and you just got kicked the photographer like that. Come on now, like, for me, damn.
Organized a class action lawsuit against them.
Fans take revenge on a rock group after a concert they say was awful.
Creed frontman Scott Stapp was apparently so intoxicated during a 2002 concert in Chicago that he was unable to recall a single lyric to one of their songs.
This is about corporate greed. It's not about a drunk performer or a bad performance. It's about doing what's right.
Stapp would publicly deny allegations that
and most of these bands that are on the list, I don't know them. So if there's a backstory to it, let me know down in the comments, because this probably what the guy is saying in the video. There's probably more to it, so I'm just going off by what I'm seeing in the video. So yeah,
he was drunk during an appearance on the Abrams Report, but that was not the whole story behind this infamous evening.
First question we got to deal with was, that night, were you drunk and or medicated?
No, come on. No.
While the lawsuit was ultimately dismissed, Stapp would later admit in his autobiography that he had, in fact, drank a considerable amount of whiskey before hitting the stage in Chicago that night. And while there are no videos of Creed's infamously terrible performance, the Sex Pistols had their public disintegration immortalized on video. Despite being at the absolute peak of their career, the British band's first US tour was plagued by infighting and rampant drug use, all of which culminated at the last stop of the tour in San Francisco, where disillusioned lead singer Johnny Rotten made it clear that he didn't want to be there.
You'll get one number and one number only, cause I'm a lazy b****. This is no fun.
As the song reaches its end, you can even witness the exact moment that Rotten realizes that the band is over. The singer would speak to the audience one last time before throwing down his microphone and walking off stage.
Ever get the feeling you've been cheated? Good night.
And while the Sex Pistols fell apart, next we'll take a look at the members of Metallica banding together after an extremely difficult time for frontman James Hetfield, which saw him return to rehab as well as divorce from his wife of 25 years. During an emotional onstage breakdown in 2022, the singer would confess that he was reluctant to hit the stage that evening due to his mounting insecurities.
I gotta tell you, I wasn't feeling very good before I came out here. Feeling a little bit insecure, like I'm an old guy, can't play anymore, all this bullshit that I tell myself in my head.
Hetfield would go on to share the story of how he opened up to his bandmates in Metallica, confiding in them about his feelings, and expressing gratitude for the unwavering support he received.
So, I talked to these guys, and they helped me. As simple as that. They gave me a hug and said, hey, if you're struggling on stage, we got your back. And I tell you, it means the world to me.
That's when his bandmates, Lars, Kirk, and Robert walked over to give James a group hug, which overwhelmed the singer with emotion as he began to openly weep on stage. Hetfield would then look up to the audience and say words that everyone, including James himself, needed to hear.
And seeing you out there, I am not alone. I am not alone, and neither are you.
If you enjoyed this video, then you have to watch this one next. Rockstars flipping out at fans in concert. It's filled with crazy stories about your favorite bands that you have to hear to believe. Click here now to see why this is one of our most viewed videos ever.
Okay. If you want me to check that one out too, I would definitely glad to check it out. Because this one is good. I really was deep, like really listening. Like, my goodness, like this what really happens. Like, you know, when you see these bands and everything, you know, everybody likes them, but until you see like, there be times like you see like their real like character, everything, like how they are, and it's like, man, like I didn't know you was like this. So let me know down in the comments, when you went to a concert, did you ever had an incident like this? And let me know like the whole. Don't tell me the whole story, but like give me like a little story of it, like what happened, because I never seen anything like this in my life, and I can imagine you pay all this money and something goes wrong, and it's like, damn, like. I'll be pissed off. As a fan, I'll be pissed off. So, but let me know down in the comments, like, if you have any stories of what happened of any concert you went to. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know down in the comments too if you want me to check out the other video on here. I like to do more of these type of videos instead of doing keep doing music videos. Yeah, do something different on the channel, and let me know down in the comments too which I want to see next too, and let me know any bands you want me to check out. And if you're new to your channel, subscribe to your boy. Have a good day, stay safe. Yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.